How much fatter did I get? 4 kg. Back to the channel. So we're gonna do today a full day of eating in Taipei across the city, and then we're gonna see how much the damage is in terms of calories, and then also what the impact is on the body weight. We weighed in this morning on 74.7 kg. So first stop is a traditional Taiwanese breakfast. The queue is insane. It's basically starting from all the back to, don't even know how many meters, probably like 200 meters. So let's see how long it takes. I'm hoping I can still get the food in because apparently they close at 12:30 and it's already 11:40. So we've done the final deload run of my half marathon prep this morning. Just an easy 10k with 2k at race pace, and then I had no food so far. So I'm quite hungry because it's already 11:40. I only had a coffee, so hopefully this queue moves quickly, and then we're gonna go for meal one. So we finally got the goods. So this is an egg omelette. This is a savory soy milk. This is a sweet soy milk. So these are the classics here. And then we have a bread with eggs, which is also a classic. And then they recommended this one here, which is I think it's a savory pastry. So we're gonna start off with the egg omelette, or whatever that is. I put some soy sauce on it. That's a massive, heavy and dirty breakfast for a massive girl. Wheat soy milk. It's not actually that sweet. This looks weird. Probably wouldn't order that again. It's a bit weird. The bread with the omelette. And then the fifth one. It's like a small ball. And I think there is an onion filling inside, so I'm gonna stink. There's other options there as well, but the ordering, and once you're inside, everything happens super quickly. And they saw that I was a white person, so the woman behind the counter was handing me the menu and was asking me, so what do you want? And I asked her for some recommendations as well. This is what I like here, they're super helpful. Once they see you're not Asian and you can't read, like you don't speak Mandarin and you can't read the menu and stuff, they will help you. So my absolute favorite out of those is actually the egg pancake. I really like that one. I got that last minute because I saw the woman next to me have it. The thing that I don't like so much is probably the salty soy milk. And then my second favorite is the sweet soy milk. So here we go. We finished this one, the egg pancake. We also finished the soy milk. Then I pretty much left all of this except for a few spoons because I don't like this one. And then we left half of this one. And then I also left half of the egg sandwich, but I actually ate all of the egg, just not all of the bread. So all in all, it was good, but it didn't blow me away. I wouldn't need to have it again, let's put it this way. And I'm not a picky eater, I like most of the food. So next stop, coffee shop, because I've only had one coffee so far today. So we need another one, even though we're slightly over the caffeine cut-off time. Of course, it's pissing down. So the other rule for today is to walk as much as possible. Obviously because I'm eating more food and I'm definitely going to get more calories in today. This is sick. It's a light oolong tea with small bubbles and coconut jelly, and then I added extra pineapple. So next one we have mango shaved ice cream. This looks huge, but I actually think that the white stuff here is basically a lot of air and ice. So let's try this one. I just wish that the mangoes were fresh and not frozen, but can't have it all. So let's call this meal number 3, mango shaved ice cream. So enough of the ice cream. I knew I wouldn't finish this one either because it was massive. To be honest, again, I don't want to sound like a fucking Karen, but it didn't blow me away. It was good, but the fact that the mangoes are frozen, you're pretty much just eating milk ice cream or shaved, whatever it's called, shaved ice milk, something like that. So yeah, enough of this one. So meal number 4, decided to go for the Taiwanese sausage on rice. So there's loads of things in there. We need to get some protein in because otherwise I'm just going to be eating carbs and fats only today. This is pretty good. It's pretty good and it has a lot of stuff in there. So there's the sausage, there's rice, and there's also, I took the crab meat corn option because more protein. This one positively surprised me. It's probably my first time eating pork since, don't even know. Yeah, since I don't eat my grandma's cooking anymore. I also don't eat pork anymore. I don't call myself a vegetarian because I'm not, but I don't buy meat anymore. I only eat meat when I eat out. Other than that, I'm a pure vegetarian. I eat eggs, tofu, dairy products, whey protein, and I'm still pretty big. So whoever says that you can't get enough protein in by being a vegetarian, or you can't build muscle without eating meat, they are very wrong. It's actually insane. This is probably one of the best things I've eaten so far today. Night market, off we go. So that's meal number 4, pork dumplings. That was the noodle pot that I couldn't speak over because I was cramped into a row of seats. Meal 6. Meal 6 of the day. It's a pepper bun. The inside of this is way too hot, but otherwise I love it. I'm just a bit worried that the meat filling isn't done because this is pork. So hopefully, otherwise we will wake up tomorrow with food poisoning and diarrhea and God knows what. So these are just mushrooms, oyster sauce, think oyster sauce, mushrooms. So we're going strong still, but I think I'm gonna finish this mission soon because I feel quite full. I didn't expect that I could eat this much, but let's see. So this might be the last savory dish of the day. I would give this a solid 10 out of 10. Yeah, sure. Peanut ice cream roll. So we switched over to the sweet. This is very good. I would rate this a 10 out of 10 for sure. So now that we're done with the starters, we can move on to the main courses, I guess. It's only been like 4,000 calories of starters, so I'm ready. I'm ready for the big normie meals. So we're on to the liquid carb hunting. This is a papaya milk. Solid 9, if not a 10. It's not really a milkshake, and it's also not too sweet. This is the last supper from this day. This looks insane. It's a souffle. I took the creme brulee one. There are some other ones as well. We're keeping it simple. Now I'm out of breath walking up the stairs because I feel fat. I'm fat and heavy and stuffed with food. But I have to say, I am not like sick full. Like I'm not like stuffed that I can just lie down and like pass out. Like I'm not in a food coma, let's put it this way. I'm definitely like full, and I think if I ate one more thing now or two more, I would feel sick. But yeah, so now comes the most interesting part. But I'm not going to be doing that right now. I will be doing that tomorrow morning because I need to sleep now ASAP. The next part in the circuit will be the reveal of the data. So how much scale weight have I gained? I'm going to be weighing myself, not now. I will be weighing myself tomorrow morning because otherwise it's not comparable. Never weigh yourself at night, like sometimes. I don't know, for me, obviously this is common sense. It might not be for everyone. You know, can't expect everyone to have common sense. But sometimes I see people in the gym, right? And it's in the middle of the day and they step on the scales with their shoes on, their clothes on, middle of the day. They've probably eaten before, they just train. They've drank a liter of water and they step on the scales, and I'm like, why? Why are you doing that? Like, what are you comparing this number to? Because it says absolutely nothing. It could literally be 3 kg higher than what you were weighing in the morning. Or it could be if you just done an endurance session or a run and you sweat a lot. It could be 2 kg lower because you just lost a lot of sweat. So the weighing always happens at the same time in the exact same setup, which for me is first thing in the morning after I've gone to the toilet, before I've drank any water or anything really. So it is Sunday morning now, feeling okay-ish. I went to bed later than usual yesterday, so my recovery stats are definitely not as great as they usually are. So that's just what happens when you eat a load of junk. So, what are the numbers? I already weighed myself, so I know what the damage is. So let's do the calories first. So total calories yesterday is 4,507. That's probably just above what I ate during the marathon prep on weekends when I was doing my very long runs. So not too exponential. And I actually think it's very easy to eat 4,000 calories on a weekend day if you have loads of meals out and stuff. So, yeah. Not too terrible. Then the macros. So, obviously, let's assume there is a plus minus 10% error range. But I've been very generous in terms of what I've tracked. So that shouldn't be too far off. Then the macros, so 182 protein, which is great, 505 grams of carbs, and then the big one was the fats, 179 grams. So that is way above what I would usually eat. The carbs and the protein is, nothing special really. The fats is almost, or actually around 3 times as much, or almost 3 times as much as what I would eat on a normal day. So then how much fatter did I get? Just kidding, of course. How much weight on the scales did I gain? So yesterday, as I've mentioned, we were on 74.7 in the morning. This morning, after the toilet, before eating or drinking anything, I was on 76.1. So that's a 1.4 kg scale weight gain, which again is below what I would have expected. I expected to be at least 2 kg heavier. Just from all the carb, and you immediately retain a lot more water. The food I had was also very salty. So only 1.4 kg. And again, this is going to be water retention. Obviously, if I ate like this every weekend, then I would definitely get fat. That's for sure. That's the overall damage. We're going to go straight back into eating clean. I mean, I enjoyed the food yesterday, but at the same time, some of it was great. Some of it was definitely a letdown. Like the breakfast, I expected it to be a straight 10 out of 10, and it just wasn't. I wouldn't have it again. I think the best food I had yesterday was probably the peanut ice cream roll for the desserts, for sure. That was insane. So all in all, the food was great, but at the same time, I prefer my oats bowl. I'm actually looking forward to having my oats bowl for breakfast today. So that's the next step. And then I'm expecting, of course, the water retention and the body weight just to balance itself out over the next couple of days. Now I do have a 16-hour flight tomorrow night, and I'm going to be traveling and on the go for close to 24 hours. So that would probably cause some fuck-ups of my sleep, my recovery, retaining water. Maybe it might be a bit heavier on the scales, but there's a couple of things that I do to avoid that. So by, I'd say, mid-next week, end of next week at the latest, we're going to go back. We're going to be back at normal and then smash out the second block of the half marathon prep back in Europe. So that was the final weekend in Taiwan. I need to take a moment today to reflect on the last 6 weeks, look at all the stuff that I've done, and then hopefully not get too emotional about leaving.